Hi everyone, today we are gonna do a puzzle stick and our goal is to get till 40. So we'll get right into it. So we'll go with checks, captures and thread for the first puzzle. And by the way, my name is Siddharth, here to explain my thought process to you in these puzzles. So we'll start with these puzzles. So the first puzzle is quite easy. Checks, captures, threads. Immediately the move comes to our mind. Rook e7 and king s6. It's forced and queen h8 and win the rook. And that's completely winning. Here we can give a check. Checks, captures, threats. And yeah, it's quite simple. Queen f7 and queen takes f7, checkmate. Yeah, we can now do a clearance sacrifice. We clear the bishop out of here, checks, captures, threats, and then we win the queen. It's pretty easy so far. Here we can basically just checkmate the king here. The king has no squares and checks, captures, threats. It's a checkmate. And we are checking for checks, captures, threats. So the white's rook is forking our king and the queen. But we can sacrifice it because we find the king and the queen placed in peculiar squares which enables a fork here. So we need to first evade out of the check. In this case, not losing the queen immediately, we give it for something. We need something in return for the queen, and then we grab the free queen in this procedure. Importantly, the bishop is on f8, so it does not protect a d2. If you can't understand, I will play it out so you can understand and try to visualize it. It will help you improve your visualization for beginners. Now checks, captures, threats. Rook takes g2. There is a only check, I believe. And bishop takes g2. Checks, captures, threats. Queen c1 is the only check, and it's a checkmate actually. Because the bishop is pinned. It can't go back to f1 because this is a pin. Here again a clear and sacrifice. I just clear the bishop out of the way and I take the queen. Yeah, in this scenario, like in many scenarios, loose pieces drop off, and the queen is the loose piece, so it just drops off. They're trying the same thing, but it's not very forced. But our eventual winning of the queen is pretty forced. Here we can just play rook takes d5 check, and here king e7 is forced. You cannot give your queen up, can you? Because I'll just take and g2, it covers f1. So I'll play this, and ironically they play that. But even if you don't have win, if you're interested, I'll show you. Is that if I play king e8, I take. And here I play check, I think. Yeah, check. Yeah. And if you go here, it's checkmate. And if you go there, yeah. So it didn't happen. Okay. So checks, captures, threads. Simple. Takes. Checks, captures, threads. Check. Winning the rook. I believe it's quite simple for all of you guys to understand. Here we can just take and king here, rook takes h1, king takes h1, queen h3. Yeah, it's a pretty long line, but it's just checks, so it makes it easier. So king g2, it doesn't matter. We'll just take. You have to take back in this mate. If you're interested, I'll show it. Is that I'll take. You take, and now we play king takes h1. I'll play queen h3. You have to go to g1. I'll play queen h2. Yes, but it's a pretty long line. But the thing is, it's pretty straightforward because it's just checks. It's not like a pretty complicated line. It's like the simplest moves in a long line. Okay, we'll think for this one. And this is a common pattern. I think that's how we call it. I don't remember the name, but the thing is, you take on h3 and it's spent, so you can't take back, and then execute a mate on g2. Yeah, now the queen is hanging. I just take, and the pawn is unstoppable. Your two bishops are sleeping in the corner. This h1 bishop is the most useless bishop on the board. It's just how bad it can be. Here we can just pin the queen, can't we? And we just win. If we can play knight e2, it will be nice, but we can't right now. So check captures threats. Bishop h2 check. King h1 checks. Rook e1. Yeah, it was a nice sacrifice of the knight, but it's a pretty common pattern. Knight g3 doesn't work because you don't clear the rook. We lure the rook to the f2 square. I don't know what it's called. I forgot what it's called, but it's if I'll come back. I don't know. I'll tell you later, but if I remember. But right now we'll just continue onwards. Yeah. So this is kind of a thing where it's not a check or a capture. So then what is this? Checks, captures. What is the third thing? Yeah, it's threats. So threatening. What is the biggest thing we can threaten? The king. And how can we threaten the king? By threatening a checkmate. Where is the threatening of checkmate? You can take. I'll give you 5 seconds. You can pause the video and try to figure this out. Yeah. So it's rook to e8, threatening the checkmate on h8. And now I'll just give a check, chop the pawn, and winning. And if you do anything like that, I'll just gain a rook, and you don't have any counter play. Checks, captures, threats. Is the thing you have to follow. Checks. That's a lot of checks. So this is one you can go very wrong. You can play this and think I'll take. No, and it's not trading because it's not immediate win. The immediate win, it's not immediate, but the win here is queen c3, forking the bishop and the king, and I win the bishop and I win the game. Here bishop v5 check is a good move, and the king has to go to e1, and I just give a checkmate, deliver a checkmate, and there's nothing you can do. So here we can play knight f7 check. It's a check, obvious one. Forking the king and the bishop, you have to go here, and then the king is overloaded. It can't defend at e6 and d8 at the same time. I'll just take rook takes e6, king takes e6. Thank you for the free piece. Yeah, now it just gives a free piece, but it's important not to take it early and render the rook. First trade, be patient, and come, and then eventually gain the piece. Okay, this one is I think it's I don't know what it's called. I'm forgetting terms today, but my memory power is pretty bad today. But we'll get back to this position. Queen takes g6, queen takes f5. Sorry, clearing the way for knight g6 to happen, because again the peculiar position of the king and the rook enables a royal fork. But first we have to remove the defender of the square. We are deflecting the defender of a square, in this case g6, and now we just take. I'll play knight g6. Thank you for the queen and I'm a piece up. Here a check. Check capture set. You have promoted 2 queens, but it doesn't matter. You can have 5 queens, but I'm gonna checkmate you. I'm gonna take. It doesn't matter if you go to h8 or g7. Okay, yeah, it doesn't matter. So if you go to g7, I'll play knight h5, king to h8, and then I'll take. And if you go to king g8 directly, I'll just take the rook. And yeah, and if you play and the knight covers f6, so you have no escape route. If you can't visualize, I'll play it out. Yeah, king f6 doesn't really matter because I'll take and I'll get a new queen, and you have to take sticks. Yeah, I'll get 2 pawns and I'll be 2 pawns up. Okay, I'll explain it to you very shortly because it's pretty hard to visualize it. Yeah, if you want, you can visualize. It will really improve your calculation, but we'll come back. So king to, let's say, yeah, king to g7. No, what happened? Knight h5 check. Oh, king to h6 is not possible. The queen is on queen is on d6. That's just a terrible mistake by me. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Oh God. Here we can play rook e1 check, takes. It's just checks captures. It's pretty simple, and I just deliver mate. It's not pretty hard. Here we can give a check. First here you're upper queen, but it doesn't matter. I'll give a check. b3, rook a2 check. I win the queen. If you can't understand, I hope you do now. Checks capture sets. This is not very simple. Yeah, it's pretty simple. You just take, and take, and get up a rook. We can, okay. So the thing is, we can take here, and we can after king d4 queen. I don't see anything yet. Okay, let's think. Rook c7, queen c7, king to d4, c3. No, it doesn't work. Okay, I got it. We give the other check. It's pretty simple. Here we take the queen, and here even if I think there should be a mate somewhere. I can't find it on the spot, but yeah, there should be a mate. Yeah, I can't find the mate, but you just gain a queen. Here you can take. Yeah, I don't know where the mate exists, but probably no, I don't know. But there should be a mate existing. Rook takes a6. The common pattern, it's pinned. You have to play king g8, and then we just take the queen. I was looking for checkmate, but there's none. Yeah, here we can play a skewer, and we just win the bishop. I think it's pretty simple. A skewer is when you attack a higher value piece, and then force it to move, and then gain a lower value piece because it's behind the higher value piece. And it's important to attack with a lower value piece than the piece which is the higher value piece in the two pieces, so it does not get exchanged. If you can't understand it, it means like if you have bishop, and yeah, in that scenario you can't attack with the queen because they exchange. So like you need to have a lower value piece than the queen to execute a skewer. Here we can't take the rook because queen takes a8, and that's mate. So we should think here. It's pretty obvious. I don't find any checks. You can yeah, I'll first find this. Still. We might have to use a skip, guys. Bishop to b7 contains. Yeah, I forget. Oh no. I don't know. Wow. Oh, now you take with check. Yeah, I should have saw this. You sacrifice, and now we take with a check, and now rook takes f5 and it.